unless I see me and I see myself. So just now, I was now watching the last live you was doing, so hi there. It now start or checking my pants. Also, you set up last night. Yeah, I didn't. Those who was on my Instagram know what happened. Couldn't make last night. Pressure in the camp. No song. Alright, I think the song come on there now. How it offline. Monday's physics. So let's do some physics. Doing some chance. Doing some stuff. So we did all of these things last time. We went through the whole of logic gates. We went through the whole of circuits. Good bit of stuff, man. We did everything in electricity and magnetism except the last three big topics. Excuse me. Physics. Last three big topics would be transformers, I think. Are you hearing me? Ain't seeing nothing. It offline. Ain't seeing nothing. I wait until saying, hey, blah, boo. Let me see some Y's in the chat. Y's in the chat. Y's in the chat. Ready? Tim, Anelia. Right? Yeah, cool. Yeah. Hearing and seeing, right? Cool. Just have a little delay. So the next thing we're gonna do is really magnetism. We talked about magnetism. We talked about how you'll make the poles around a magnet. I don't know if I see that here. We talked about magnetism, right? So really the only thing to us to talk about is the DC motor, loudspeakers, magnetic relay, AC generator and transformer. So we just doing the last bit there. So you all know I had to do let people know that online people will be like, what? Cohen Springer online during the day. What is this? Normally I have class as well now, but since maths and thing boil long time stuff, I have a little free up time. So a lot of people get problems with DC motor and with the generator. So this could be nice. This could be a nice session. So how much people we have on the inside? I can't really see. Will you press like on the video? I'm gonna refresh this chat. Yeah, I can't really see what's going on. Alright. Show this thing right in. Right. So these are the hard topics. I'm pretty certain like maybe what? 40%, not 40, maybe about 80% certain that one out of these three bad boys will come for your exam. Let's just load up this. Abdullah, good to see you there, Bridget. Yo, Shamar, Redundant, Ajwad, Injustice, you don't miss, boy. Trini, Fortnite, Randy, Adrian. The chat kind of have a slow vibes today, and it's so like people really not accustomed with this afternoon live. 60 people watching, right? That's what I'm seeing. That's the number you see, right? 62 people watching. So hopefully that number will grow, and anybody who missed out, who not accustomed, this is for me coming on this hour of the day. The video will come back up, right? They do Boolean expressions just for kicks. Alright, so I'm going to revise IT programming. I'm taking a little peek at it. I'm going to revise it to see how much of it I forget, how much I can remember, and how much I can teach. 72, 74. Alright, cool. Hey, so can you go through the nuclear fission? Yeah, so we'll get a good bit done where physics is concerned. Alright, so the hard topics in electricity and magnetism would be transformers. This pen, that with is transformers, the motor and the generator. But before we do all of that, let's just talk about the magnetic relay. What is a magnetic relay? What's a magnetic relay, folks? Turning's law, yeah, we're coming through strong with all of these. So we're doing all of these, and I'll turn off the live, and I may come back with some more physics or some IT afterwards. Relay of magnets. What is a magnetic relay? All 87 of you all in the chat, what is a magnetic relay, people? Okay, what's the use of a magnetic relay? Where can a magnetic relay be used? And a magnetic relay makes use of an electromagnet. A switch operated by electromagnet. That's good, right? That's okay to magnetize for running races. So I had to get only the wild people in the chat right now, boy. Oh gosh. Remember definition, people, boy. Normally it's has some sick definition. People hitting with some definitions right now. So Cyril Lema, I can't pronounce the name. I didn't real fancy. Yeah, a switch operated by a relay. So let's just draw a little diagram of it, and we'll explain what like the benefits of it are, so we could, yeah, to operate a switch. Hikesh, good to see you. Good to see everybody, right? So you know, I shortcut draw these things. Draw two rectangle. This will be my first one. Draw a rectangle again. This will be my second round here, and I'll put the magnet here. I'll put the relay thing here, the switch there. So I'm preparing to draw a magnetic relay here, and it's not a race like what I present see. Alright. Put a little battery here. Let's see, battery, and put a little next switch here. So time to put in these components. So here I'll put a switch. Not too thick, why that coming out so thick, right? So you'll never hear about my Emil Persad. A relay in which current flowing through a coil produces a magnetic field that results in contact actuation. That sounds like it comes straight from Google, boy. The application of an electromagnet is a magnetic relay, right? So I'll show you where the word relay comes into play in the diagram, right? So this is our switch. The switch look like it could actually touch the thing that way. Right, so there's a switchy day. This is the electromagnet here, and I want to draw anything spectacular. Just draw a little horseshoe magnet that not looking too good. Right, this coil doing its thing, it wrap wrong, come down here, it wrap wrong here. This is the blue coil, eh? So I should put this in blue. Drawing on this thing, right? And then we have the battery here. Blue coil come and touch here. Long side positive, short side negative. We have, now this is usually a high voltage source. Could be DC, sometimes AC too. And here we're going to have a kind of fancy switch thing. So this is a contact. It's a contact here. And here we have a spring loaded switch. This is a hinge. And this is a springer. This is a spring attached to something here, right? So, and here we have the component, like maybe an engine or some component that need a high voltage to get going, right? This is a high voltage component here. Now I think I see a question similar to this a little while ago. They run into handy baton. You have any predictions of physics? No, like I don't deal in physics all the time again, so I don't know predictions good, but some people has given me predictions and I was watching them. Also basically then the switch closes, the Yeah. So the problem is, if you have a switch here, and something go wrong and you touch this switch, the kind of high electricity that coming through this side, you don't want to really be interfering with no switches on this side now. That's the main purpose of the electromagnetic relay, using an electromagnet as a relay. So you're separating the high voltage from your dashboard voltage, or from the voltage in operating your little switches and your little controls here. These controls just have a small tiny little voltage, a small little 9 volts battery or some kind of thing, right? But this side here is where the real action happening. This side here is where the real high voltage passing, and we don't want to actually touch anything around here with our fingers in case something go wrong. Now it's electricity we wanted there. So instead of having to touch anything here, like a full voltage to start an engine or a motor, a high voltage motor, what we'll do is create a relay. So we have a low voltage here, and this low voltage will just turn on this electromagnet. Turn on. How is it doing that? This is a soft core armature, whatever they call it, iron core. So as soon as it turn on this switch, guess what's going to happen? This going to attract, not this thing, it's not going to attract this thing. I cannot draw that thing bad. It's going to attract this switch, and the spring made in such a way that will keep this down unless this magnet starts to attract. So when the magnet starts to attract, the spring won't be able to hold it back anymore. So this will come up and make contact here, and now this circuit will be closed. This is a high voltage coming in here, right? Maybe a high DC supply. I can put plus or negative to show DC supply. And as soon as this comes in and connects the circuit, bam, it brings current to that. So what topic is this? Electricity and magnetism. Magnetism kind of way, right? So this is the concept of this. Let's be able to explain this in case they talk about a magnetic relay. Magnetic relay could be used in things like, the most popular thing is in a car. The key turning on here, this is your key. It's turning on this switch. Now imagine if you had the whole starter motor and battery voltage running through that key. If something go wrong, you turn that key and you meet your maker. But you don't want to do that. So you just put a little small voltage, your whole dashboard voltage would be different compared to the voltage that the engine going to get to turn them pistons. So this is the I rewatching the live from last night. You can always rewatch your live, jump in this live, stay live. Alright, so how much people you have online? 90? Cool. We can work at that. Start off small. Alright, so why is in the chat if you understand what's going on here? A relay is an electromagnetic switch operated by a relatively small electric current that can turn on and off a much larger current. That is a beautiful definition there. SLM. I can just call it SLM because I know what your name in terms of pronunciation there. So you see what she put there? He or she? I didn't know. Big time definition. So I wish I could just take that definition and put it here, because yesterday a man called me anyway. So now man, you could contribute. Just get a little time before you jump in, right? So I think that's good. So we can start to jump into the DC motor now. Okay, well, you know about Fleming's. So which one is for which? You have Fleming's. I'm gonna put the left hand on this side. You have the left hand rule and you have the right hand rule. So Fleming have two rules. One is for motor and one is for DC. So one is for motor, and one is for generator. Which one is for which? Right, so Injustice jump out already. I thought you're not contributing today. Cool, and I lost. What do you mean you lost? We didn't do anything to get lost yet. We didn't really reach anywhere. We didn't do anything. The only thing we talk about is this. And didn't really anything to get lost in this. And stop saying you lost. Well, you know there's a trigger to me. There's like a trigger word. See what you don't understand. Wow, spell Fleming's wrong. Fleming's is just a 1M. My bad. Fleming. Well, now you know. I get him an extra M there, boy. I think I spelling now with 2 M's for the whole, from a whole life, you know. 16 years now I gave him Fleming 2 M's. So everything was thoroughly taught. Yeah. Left hand is for moto. So left hand is for moto. That's correct. So left hand come first, that's for moto. And the right hand rule for Fleming, that's for the generator. Now it have a little problem with how this thing switch up. So let me see. What hand are holding up here, people? What hand are you seeing here? What hand are looking like? Like my left hand. Are you seeing that as my left hand, right? Left? Right, good. So this is my left hand I'm holding up here. When I flip it horizontally, the screen is poo. Right, that was a test. That was just to make sure you know your left hand, right hand. Come, bring it. Zion, come and show the people your new hairstyle. I want Zion hairstyle, eh? Before we go on. Always get this thing up, boy.
I'm a big boy.
Alright, come true. Let's see Zion new hairstyle. Oh gosh. Yeah, this slick down. See how the hairline coming in, see how the hairline coming in. But as soon as he reaches, he's going to pull all the books and repeat one thing. Say bye bye. Say bye bye, Zion. You're going to have a birthday party. Fresh cut. He's showing bye bye? What? Yeah. Alright, so enough of that. So left hand is for. Oh, I'm blocking everything now. Come back down there. So Zion going to act like a wet man to that with the party. So like you cut it on and then cut it here, then cut it here. Alright, so them going to have with the party, so it's just me and you all now. Me and you all. What we talking about? The left hand, right? So the left hand rule. Which finger is for which? So let's get a hand. Let's get a hand from Google. Fleming have 1 M, yes? Well, who would have known Fleming's left hand rule? Let's pull out a hand here. And let's drop that hand there. Bam. Thumb is force. Finger is feel. This is current. Now, how we remember this, boy? I'm telling you how I used to remember this, or how I still remember it actually. Thumb movement or motion. First finger is feel, because this is your first finger, right? And I didn't know how to remember this. I don't even know. I guess it's the next one. Force field current does rhyme a little bit, so that's how I remember it. Well, as you still remember it. Index is current. No, index is feel. Index is feel. That's correct. Force, thumb, feel, index. Force field current. Force field current. MFC. Somebody say MFC. KFC. So I learned KFC as kinetic field current. KFC. So again, what's the different ways how people is doing it? FBI is how I remember it. FBI. Force. What B stands for? Right? Cohen, I'll buy alpaca juice for you. Bless me, your brains. So you have motion, field current, MFC. So I can go to the MFC or KFC, kinetic field current. Kinetic meaning motion. B is magnetic field. Okay, brother. B field. Or B. Okay, I can take that. Yeah, so we have that. So let's go into the actual explanation of this now. So this says, this just predicts the movement. Now let's just get this clear in our mind. The left hand rule is for a motor, right? And the right hand rule is for a dynamo or a generator. Now the motor, what does a motor do? What a motor does? What does the motor do? The motor takes electricity and change it to kinetic energy, right, to motion. The generator will take the motion of the magnet cutting the electric field. Sorry, the magnetic field cutting a conductor, sorry, and change it to electrical energy. So the generator creating the electricity, but the motor taking the electricity and turning it into kinetic energy, mechanical work, yes. So it's important to remember that. I don't think that hard to remember. Everybody know a motor. A motor, you need batteries to operate a motor, right? So taking the energy, electrical, and getting that mechanical, kinetic movement, centripetal energy, right? Oh my gosh. Some of these techniques to remember, it going a little overboard. And the generator taking the motion, so you didn't have any electricity. You just had your magnets and a conductor, and you're doing some semi-demi, and bam, electricity come out in the conductor, right? So let's see how it happens in the Fleming's left-hand rule. Fleming's left-hand rule. Fleming's left-hand rule. Let's see how it happens in Fleming's left-hand rule. So it have two main diagrams to remember. You have this diagram, this style of diagram. You have the diagram of the motor itself, and you have the diagram of just an electrical conductor in a magnetic field. So let's do this one, the conductor and the field. So this here is the conductor, maxi conductor. I make a bit. Anybody ever see the video I make about the maxi conductor and here back in the days? Anyhow, so this is your current. The current in amps going in that direction. Now remember, this is conventional current, eh? Conventional current this is. By the way, everybody in this chat know about tag bus, because recently I get a little song in my mind about tag bus now. So who knows, I might just jump out with a song on tag bus. If I see a song on tag bus, that's a big if. That's a big if. I might do it. Alright, so everybody know about tag bus, right? People waiting for. Right, so people know about the tag bus. If you don't know about the tag bus story, ask somebody who know about the tag bus story. Tag bus does pop in the chat, right? But the original tag bus story and one of my pictures on Instagram. So you have this current going. So this is conventional current, right? This is not the direction of electrons. This is not electron current. This is conventional current. So if the current is going in that direction, remember the middle finger need to line up there. So you need to organize your finger, and you'll be seeing people doing all kind of fancy things. So, and this will tell you, oh, you see, like I'm doing it here properly, but it coming out, you're doing crap now. So this is my left hand still, and you're getting a mirrored image, but you would be able to see what's going on here. You're lining up the finger with the current, and you let it point along the red. So how your finger pointing along the red. So the middle, the finger with the field now. Remember, the field always goes from north to south, or if it's an electromagnetic field, from positive to negative. But from north to south, right? It leaves the north and enters the south. So the finger, this finger now going to point from north to south. And as soon as they do that, bam, it will show you the direction of the movement. Now, when you're using the Fleming's left-hand rule, the thing you're trying to find out is the thumb. You're trying to find out about the thumb, which is movement, or the kinetic energy, the kinetic direction, right? Keep that in mind. When you're using the generator, you're trying to find out which direction the electricity going. This is my right hand now, right? I'll see that's my right, right? Here, I'll get the mirror there. I wonder if I can mirror. No, if I mirror that, all the writing can turn like this. So we just had a living pain right now. Anyhow, so that is it there. That is it there. Right, so we just take a look at this diagram, make sure you can. So like if they give you this diagram and they ask which direction the force will be going in, why is in the chat if you think you can do that? Okay, let me give you some questions. Fleming's left-hand rule, motor rule questions. Let me see if I can find some little quick questions. Let me make one. Let's say I have magnet here, north, south, and I have the conductor going like this, and it's carrying current like this, right, into the paper. Which direction will the movement go? Where will the movement be? Will the movement be down? Will the movement be up? Now, injustice, I'm mentioning that. So some saying down, some saying up, some saying I don't even know what's going on, some saying up. So you're using your fingers, you want to set up the field from north to south. So it should point from north to south. You want to set up your current now. Going, I don't want to show you my hand because it wouldn't be pointing properly today, right? You want to point the current in the direction of where it's going, and then the thumb will point down. Somebody say clockwise. What? Alright, the clockwise part is really coming to play when you have a couple of forces. Like if you have a couple, like if you have one force going down and one force going up, well, then it will make it spin clockwise, right? Mirror yourself. If I mirror myself, you'll see my right hand. My right hand would be doing the work, and I don't wanna mess it up like that. But most people getting down, which is the correct answer. A down for real. So when is the science live video? Clockwise. Right, so you're going down. We're going down. Down. Down we are go. So up is wrong. One more, just for kicks, just for kicks. Let's say we had north, south, and we have a conductor going this way. Which direction will the movement be? And I'm not going to give you no prompts. You just tell me which direction you think it will be. You'll have to use a phrase to say it, like whether it's going this way or that way. You need to be able to put it into your own words. So line up. Somebody say right. That's not correct. Down, up. Alright, somebody say in the paper or the paper. So it's obviously one of those two answers. Either one of those two answers. You can't say right or up. So it's either going to go in the paper. You understand what I mean now? In the paper or out the paper. So which one is it? So once again, the finger with the current going this way, finger with the field going that way, and your hand will kind of do a turn like this. A turn like this. And you need to watch. So I want everybody to come to a consensus. Seen too many different answers there. Feel north to south, eh? North to south. So that means it's pointing down. That's your index finger is pointing down. Your middle finger should be pointing in the direction of this arrow here. And your feel and the thumb would tell you where to go. So I'm starting to see more and more of the correct answers coming in now. Current pointing so, feel pointing down, and the thumb will tell you where to go. When you use the left hand, you're trying to figure out what the thumb is doing. So the answer is in. It's going to go in the paper like this, into the paper. Right? Remember, it works at 90 degrees to each other. So inside the paper is the correct answer, using your left hand. So let's explain the DC motor. The DC motor. So I need a little DC motor diagram here that not too overdoing it. So just like that, we reached the DC motor already. Now there are beautiful videos on YouTube where you can actually see the DC motor in operation, like an animation, and it's really helped to open your mind into what it is really happening. It's be nice. It's be a nice vibes. So this looking good. Let's just pull on this DC motor here. I don't like how they sell out everything in this one, but nevertheless, we'll explain it. Now, it's important, as I say, you can watch it in a little diagram, in a little video to see it exactly. Don't forget to press like on the video if you just arrived. Pressing like will make YouTube know that something good happening here, and they will send it out to more of the subscribers, because they send it out one by one, and every now and then you see somebody come in and say, I reach. And we reach halfway through. Anyhow, everything in gray here connected. So it's like this commutator. The commutator is actually part of this ring thing that going around here, right? This thing that kind of halfway draw here, a bootleg, that is it over there. The commutator connected. So what's the first concept that people kind of mess up when they're trying to understand this is they think the commutator belongs to this part of the circuit. Like the commutator is here. That would mean the commutator stands still. It's blurry, it's kind of blurry. When it's blurry, when it's blurry, it's not blurry. I see this thing clean and clear as day. Anybody could read this word that right here? If you could read that word that right here, that means it's not blurry. And that word showing up clear for me. That word showing up clear for me. Anyway, so let's go on with the explanation. After I do this, I'll pull out a next one and explain it again. I'll pull a next diagram and re-explain it again, because I want you to really understand everything in this. Let me erase this now. So the things that in gray here, belong, so yeah, everybody's saying tadpole, so they can read it. That in orange now are one part of the, they didn't go on yet, so are one part of the that circle thing. Now this is free to rotate. This thing is free to spin, so it may be held by something here, and a non-conductor insulator that allows it, it makes it able to spin. It's free to spin. And in a motor, they actually have a lot of these rings. This is just one. There's a lot of them to create more cutting of the, but we'll talk about that after. Let's understand the concept. Go and shoot that dog. The concept is this here. I'm going to use red to show the current. The current is leaving here. Remember, this is conventional current. Now the current is going to come down here. By the way, there's no connection here, so the current can't pass there. So the only way the current can go is through here and up this side, like that. So it's going like that. This is the direction of the current. So this green line here that they drew shows the direction of the current. So let's just draw it back in green to keep in the status quo. Current, them electrons run in here, but it's not really electrons. This is the opposite to the flow of the electrons, but conventional current. So now we know which direction the current is running. Bam, that direction. So we know the direction of the current. This finger going and pointing that direction, the middle finger. We know the direction of the field. It's that way. So now we can figure out the movement. Where is the movement going to go? Is it going to go up or down? I just feed that dog, boy. I just feed the dog. No, we don't need to know about brushless motors. Call the nearest. Oh gosh, come on, man. Come on, man. So it's going to go up, because when you point your finger for the field, whoop, and the current, what we're true like, right? So I'd actually turn like this to get that to work. Field, current, my thumb is facing up, so it means this is correct that they have here. This is the motion. Okay, the current is coming around, it's coming around, it's coming around, it's coming around, and then it comes down here. Current is going this way on that side. So if it's going this way and the field is still in the same direction, it means on this side the force is pushing it down. And as I said just now, if there's a force if there's a force, this is a scissors. If there's a force pushing up on this side, well, I'm not sure it like that, up on this side and down on this side, you're going to get a couple of forces. Yeah, doing a transformer, right? So, and that causes a continual spin. Now, there's a little something to remember here. The commutator, allows it to be continuous, because as soon as it reaches to 90 degrees, there's no contact. And when there's no contact, the inertia, the kinetic energy, the momentum is going to carry across, not inertia, the momentum is going to carry across and make it continue to spin, and then it regain contact again, resetting it in the original position. If that didn't happen, one, if the wires were always connected, it would wrap up and make a knot. And two, if the wires weren't always connected, the current will always go in the same way, so it would just be bouncing back and forth like that, if you check it out. So it's important for the commutators to be there to allow the spin to happen forever and ever. And motors are pretty efficient, a pretty cool invention, because a lot of us have Velasco fan and the fan is be beaten out, and the top part of the fan will fall off, and the back of the fan will fall off, and it just a blade and thing running, but the motor's still going strong. And some of we don't turn off that fan on whole day and night, but this motor still running. Right? So motor, nice invention. Why is in the chat if you understand this? Now, this is the question they'll ask you to put this whole thing that I just say there into words. What if it have 4 poles? Ignore that. We don't need to study that. So this is the motor here. Important to remember the left hand rule is for the motor. You need to know how to explain it. You need to know the purpose of the commutator. You need to know that the brush is the contact between this part of the circuit and the commutator. You need to know the purpose of the commutator. You need to know the direction of the forces. You need to explain the coupling of the forces gives that circular force. Then you need to explain what happens when you reach 90 degrees and the momentum allows it to carry across the continuous spin. So you want to take that, put it in your own words, it's a mixture of the textbook, write it out, and memorize it. Just not looking at something here. What am I looking for? What am I looking for? Yeah, one more thing. In the past papers and in the, I don't know if any syllabus, so in the past papers, you'll normally see they label this. Like they might put PQ and RS. Right? So, you say the direction of the current is moving in PQ, you're using knowledge of like vectors there to kind of explain that. The direction of the current here is moving in the direction RS. And PQ will experience, so you're just using this to name this side and you're using RS to name that side. You understand? The direction is moving from P to Q. Everybody good with that? So you may see some labels here. I think that is it. Right, so let's go into the specialty parts. Like the next little part they could ask you about this. Although I feel in transformer is the go this year. I feel in transformer is the go. We'll see if I'm correct. But we still need to learn everything. I'll see my latest photo on the Insta day, boy. People only following me and taking pictures of me and this girl, boy. Oh gosh. Well, yeah. Them days gone. Them days gone. Ease me up now, man. Anyhow. So, yeah, the specialty questions is how to increase the word I'm looking for? What is the word I'm looking for? Cohen, I think you're doing a question. Should have doing a question. We need to know AC motors. No. Certain degree smoking loneliness. They bring in anything. So the commutators changes the direction of the current. Yes, that's correct. They bring in anything. Causes the change of the direction of the current when it reach. You see, I went and like some of your old selfies. Kickstarts, you do that? I've seen that, but it's not only you do that. A few people just got back and like in my old pictures from way back in time. How to increase? I'll come back to this. I'll come back to this when my mind settles on what I want to say here. So we'll come back to that. All you want to see a question on this? Question. Where I could get a question on this? Right? Let me see if I any useful questions here. You'll find a question in a past paper that we could use. Basically, the question will just be to explain the workings of a DC motor. You know? Explain the working of a DC motor. Somebody say 2001. We're really going and pull out 2001 past paper here. Alright, where have these past papers by? 2017 past paper. Here what? Email me. So I'll continue, but email me. Those who have the question, email me the question at Cohen, because I don't have it on this, I have it on my phone, all the past papers. But if I stop to do those things, I'll kill the vibes at the thing. Cohen Springer tt@gmail.com. So email me if you all want me to do a question, just snap it quick and email me. Right? Most of the world and scientists use conventional current. Not convection, conventional. So AC generator, not on the syllabus. Not as far as I know. Not as far as I know. AC, no. I don't know if it's on the Cape syllabus though. Alright, so DC is just DC as far as I know. How to increase the speed of the motor? How to increase the speed of the motor? Well, yeah, but now the speed is increase the efficiency too. So, alright, if they ask you that, let's just go back to this. Who said that? Bluebird. How to increase speed or efficiency, I should say, maybe, of the motor? Well, how to increase the speed of the motor? Let's leave it at speed. How to increase the speed of the motor? Increase current. Now this part of the question normally comes in the dynamo, in the generator. Sorry. Use a soft iron core. Well, yeah, we always using a soft iron core all the time, so they're not really going to increase the speed. How do we increase the speed specifically of the motor? Well done, Justice. You are clearly a KEEP student, or you're probably well learned. Increase the current, we already said that. Increase strength of magnetic field, right? Field. So you can increase normally the magnet you're using caused by electricity too, you know, so you can increase the strength of that magnet. Use a stronger magnet. Decrease the torque. No, the torque comes from the torque is a result of the motor. Yeah, so what Klein, I think is his name, saying, we talked about that yesterday or day before. I just use the John H. Avison book here. That's cool, that's cool. The angle between the conductor and the magnetic field. Well, yeah, assuming now we always had that good. Increasing the coil, increasing the number of coils. So in the diagram, we just have one coil, or increase the number of coils, right? So by increasing the current, you're making a stronger current cut the magnetic field. So number of turns, right? Current CSEC, what you mean? Number of wires in the coil here, number of turns, increasing number of coils, number of turns, that kind of thing. What if you don't use a split ring? This is not a split ring. Split ring is with the next guy. Split ring is with the generator. Right? That's what they call it. A slip ring. A slip ring. Slip ring. The split ring. No one no split ring and nobody commutator. Right? So just stick with slip ring for generator, commutator, and brushes for motor. Any other questions? So we good? We on for next day? Let's talk about the workings of a loudspeaker. So a loudspeaker I'm not feeling to draw this diagram. Number of turns, loudspeaker, diagram. Let's see if we can get this up here. All of these diagrams are kind of weird. This is a nice one. There we go. So y'all email me the questions there. If I see anything pop up, if I see a nice question pop up, I'll yak it down. Bam! So this is a not a generator loudspeaker. Just know the workings of this. Anybody can explain what happens in a loudspeaker? Loudspeaker uses diffraction and compression, right? I think it's rarefaction is the word, not diffraction. Rarefaction and compression. R-A-R-E. Yeah. Rarefaction and compression. Yeah, but we're not talking about that. We're not talking about the song that when it come off. We're talking about this part. Yes. Conventional current is right. Compression. Yeah. Right. So we making sense. I was not about to say noise. So it converts the electrical energy to mechanical energy, then to sound energy. The varying current here will cause a varying vibration because of the presence of this magnet. So it serves to amplify. So are you sure this is still on the syllabus? Yeah, kinda sure. Yeah, no, you don't need to be able to draw it really. You just need to explain what is happening here. That the electric energy is being turned into mechanical energy, then sound energy. And the movement arises due to this is a circular magnet. It's soft iron, so it's temporary. So as it allows, I want to say, temporary magnetization and demagnetization. So you're getting that vibration taking place in the loudspeaker cone. Right? I think we got there. I think we got there. And there's anything else I see in? Right. Alright, so that's about it. So these loudspeakers normally work with alternating current. The current moves, the coils move to and fro, causing the vibration on the loudspeaker cone. That is it. Yeah, it's AC current. It's normally AC current. Right? It's a wave. Now the wave will have its own pattern depending on what the loudspeaker has. Different waveforms for different type of songs. We'll come to waves and songs maybe today. This scissors not functioning too nicely. I don't know where this is. I don't know what the next one is. Alright, so let's go on, people. Let's go on 118 of us here. Let's talk about the generator. So I have to find a generator now. Generator. AC generator. Building up a sweat here, buddy. Yeah. So we do the basics in magnetism already, and this is the ending of magnetism we're doing here. I like this diagram. It's nice. I shall see. So that looks alright. Now remember, the generator has a slip ring, but the motor has a commutator which allows the current to stay moving in the same direction through the wire. Now the AC generator don't need to worry about that, because when it turn, alright, it will send the current in the next direction, but who cares? Who cares, man? Who cares? Once you're making current, right? So the AC will produce current that go in one direction, then the next direction, then one direction. And let's explain what's going on here. Now, remember, there needs to be some force turning the coil, because the coil wouldn't turn on its own. And the force turning the coil is not an electrical force. That's a mechanical force. That's either force coming from turbines and steam, or whatever you're using to produce the electricity. Somebody send me an email. DC motor question. Cool. Nice. So I will check out that question just now. And you all can send me some AC motor questions as well. So send me the DC motor question and some AC motor questions, and we'll do that afterwards. And some transformer question too. Transformer question, DC, AC. Alright, so the current, there's no current. Like when it starts off, there's no current until you begin to rotate this. And as you rotate it, your movement, you're using your right hand now, Fleming's right hand rule, your movement is going to induce a current in the wire because of the cutting of the magnetic field by a conductor. Alright, so if you're moving upwards here, and the field is pointing from north to south, for some reason they want to make this one point from this direction to that direction, so there's your field there. Which direction is the current going to flow? Will the current flow into the paper, like towards the back of the question, or towards the front? You use your right hand and figure it out. You're using the thumb to match your motion. Let this finger point the field, and all of a sudden, bam, it's telling us that the current is going to flow. Is it going to flow into the paper or out of the paper? Into the paper or out of the paper? Well, sweating. Why people saying out? You're using your right hand this time. Let your index finger point from the north to the south. Let your thumb point upwards because you're moving it up. You can just split it. And you want to figure out what's going on with your middle finger. It's going to go into the paper. This is your index pointing like this. Your thumb pointing up. I don't know what kind of hand somebody have. What kind of hand are you working with there, boy? No offense, no offense. It's going to point like this. The current is going to point like this. You're going to get your current pointing like that into the paper. It means current is going to go like this. And on this side is a coupling force, right? So there's a coupling force, so it's going down. So the current is on this side is going to point out of the paper. Or maybe some of you all meant in by saying out or whatever. So this is the direction, so you get continual flow. Now, what happens is that this is connected to one part here, right? Like this. Remember, that's going that way and that's going this way. When this whole thing spin around and this section of the let's label it like how they label it in your questions. Let's label it like, oh Lord, let's label it like purple. This side is P. You all seen that P there? And this side is Q. And this side is R. And this side is S. I do not write a S. So when PQ spins around and ends up in the same place where RS was, all of a sudden the current in PQ will have to be moving like how the current in RS was moving back this way. And this current, whole thing closed down there. This current here is going to end up going back this way. And that's what gives rise to the presence of that alternating current. One moment it's going forward, next moment it's going backward. When it turn around, it go forward. When it on this side, it go forward. When it turn around, it start to go backward now. And it actually goes up and down. It's not like you're going forward all the way now and then backward all the way now. As when this starts to reach up here, it's not cutting the current that good again. Then it turns, next direction, next. So you'll get the maximum, you'll get the peaks when it's flat like this, and it will be at neutral position. This is when it's facing like this. Then when it turns like this, you'll get another peak, and then it will turn back to neutral position. So this is one whole oscillation here. And you might be asked to label what the shape of the spring in each the shape of the coil in each direction. So like you'll start off like this. I hope I explained it. I hope somebody understanding here, because this is something is how to explain face to face with somebody, or a blocking. Explain face to face with somebody to see where they're falling out or where they're not grasping and thing. So this is this part. Then it will turn. Imagine like if it's vertical now. So it turned 90 degrees. So that's up here now. That is wrong. That is wrong. This is wrong. Sorry for confusing you like that. I'll have to start off here. Oh boy. And I'll have to let this go like this. There's a reason I have to draw this like this. I'm sorry guys. So when it's at the horizontal level, you're getting the most amount. You're getting the most amount. As it turns like this, it will hit 0. So it turns 90 degrees, it hits 0 because it's not really cutting the field, it's not really cutting the magnetic field again. It's at 90 degrees state. Then it will turn back down. Remember, this is PQ, this is RS. PQ up top now, and RS down below. When it turns back to face this direction now, all of a sudden PQ is on this side and RS is on this side. Well, for some reason this here looking like a R, so I just want to make sure you'll see that this is a Q, PQ, and I put my R up top. Oh yes, Lord, RS, PQRS. So RS is on the next side now, and when it's on the next side, you're getting your maximum facing the next direction, right? So that's where you get your crest, neutral position or equilibrium position, trough. Then we'll turn back and PQ will end up on the bottom, which will mean you get here now, and then when you turn back into the original position, you start back here. Why is in the chat? If you catch some grasp, you grasp something there. You get some wise in the chat if you grasp something there. We'll do some questions now to see if we could transfer that knowledge into work. Physics before chicks. Next. Okay. So let's see what people send me, if anything. Somebody say transformation question. Somebody send a DC motor question. So let's pull out the DC motor question. Hey, if I find an AC question, AC generator question, wet me the question in a partner. So I'll change this in, bring up this one. Jalil, thanks Jalil. So only Jalil send me questions here. Jalil, if you could find a AC motor question, that would be nice. AC generator, sorry. And if I could expand this big, that would be real nice too. How to get this way. Always do this again, right? Save image. Okay. Send me a picture. Bap. Let's see if this image saved. One big blank. Interesting. Kind of bootleg thing is this way. Like I don't know how to use this thing. Open image in new tab. Nice. I get it open up good there now. Now it gonna be a little blurry, folks. But it's not your fault, Jalil, it's my fault. So shouldn't the upright one be at the crest? No, the upright one is not at the crest. Upright one is not at the crest in this case. Just trust me on that. Because when it turns this way, it cuts in the most. And as it turns up, it's slowing down, it cutting it, getting ready to turn in the next direction. But all of a sudden it's in the next direction. So in the case of the motor, you should know how to transfer the position of the coil to your waveform diagram. What's going on on the screen like going? Yeah, they are fighting up to bring out this question here. Alright, Talia, question time. Let's get this question. Let's get this show on the road. Bam. So you see how they do it? You see how they do it? They will say, with reference to the diagram of a simple DC motor shown here, explain how the motor works. So here's some of the points you wanted to make sure and touch. When you turn on the switch, they give you a switch, so you talk about the switch. This rheostat just means you're maintaining, you turn on, you could increase the speed of your motor now. Or they didn't answer the purpose of that. So if you decrease the resistance, you mean more current will pass through, so you'll get a faster motor. So you can mention that when you're explaining how the motor works. Mention everything. Battery gives power, commutator allows the switching of the current in this coil here. So I don't want to repeat myself and explain over the whole motor again. Already explained that already. Take your definition, memorize it. Memorize the definition for, not definition, a description for the motor, for the generator, and for the transformer. Memorize it. It will only take you half an hour to write it out. Check yourself and try and write it again without watching. Yes, if you don't understand it and you want to see, I mentioned that at the start, if you don't understand it still and you want to see it visually turning and going through and everything, just look it up on YouTube. This person say check out free science lessons, check out that, or you can check out, just search diagram animation of motor or something like that. So this is a given, we explained that already. What is the purpose of the commutator? We explained that already. Purpose of the commutator is to switch the direction of the current every half. Rotation. Every 180-degree rotation, the direction of the current will switch. Right? To switch the direction of the current every 180-degree rotation. This allows the movement to be continuous. Now notice this is north to south here. Let's see if the correct way this arrow. Find that arrow looking suspicious. North to south, feel. current. Yes. Since this will send down, this will send up, so you're going to get a coupling like that. So yeah, every half rotation. Okay, so we good there. Why is in the chat? So for these two questions, you should be able to get that full marks here. You'd memorize this, we went through this, and you just give them what the purpose of the commutator is to switch the direction of the current every half rotation, every 180. Now it's not 90-degree rotation. I was thinking the same thing in my mind too, because you know it starts off like this, and then it switch when it turns so, but it's actually a whole 180, because for the whole 180, it will be switched, and only when it turns back around it'll be, so it's 180 degrees is take the switcher, not the 90 degrees. Alright, let's look for the next part of the question. Oh, the next part of the question is Newtonian physics. Newtonian physics mixed with some, because I see even lifting up thing and all kind of thing. So we're gonna get a little tease of that. Let's see this question here. See if you can do this question. Injustice, rush it. Everybody who in the physics thing, rush it. Right, I see that AC generator question. Well done. Well done. Alright, so people send me questions. We'll do all the questions. I see that transformer question too. Well done, Jalil. Well done, DJSC. Yes. Yeah, that's true injustice. Alright, so let me read it for those of you who can't see it. 24-volt DC motor was used to lift a small appliance of 25 kg from the ground to the second floor of a multi-story car park. So the motor is lifting up 25 kilograms. Right, so you can already see energy, potential energy, MGH thing, right? The floor is 30 meters from the ground. That for sure we had to talk about potential energy here. So you get the energy. The motor operates at 100% efficiency. It means all that energy is going to go into VIT or whatever we're going to use. And it works at a steady rate. Okay, so seconds mean power might come into this some way. Might have to talk about power. Oh, first question. Calculate the power provided by the motor. 4 marks. So what is power? Power is the rate of doing work. So you need to ask yourself, in physics you always start off with what they want and try and back work. Power is what, boy? Power is energy or work done over time taken. So how much work you completed, how much time it takes to do it, delta T, right? T. Do we have the time? Yes, 5 seconds. Do we have the energy? No. But this energy is the potential energy. This energy here is the potential energy. Because you take 25 kilograms off the ground and raise it up, you give it potential energy, right? So that's the energy we're gonna use to figure out this. So we're gonna say this energy is equal to mgh. This is potential. We're gonna say m is 25. Make sure all the units line up. 25 kg, right? G, did they say what to use G as? 10. Use G as 10. People just fall out for using G as 10. Oh gosh, at least go to 9.8 now. 10. Use H as 30. Use H as 30. What do you get here for the energy? What you got for the energy, boys? So you report your calculator. Hopefully you have a best one like mine. So you have 250 times 30. 7,500. That's joules. So therefore power is going to be E over T, which is going to be, so you see what they're asking you here. They're not really asking you asking they're not really asking you to find anything with motors, really nothing with motors really come into play here. What time it take, how long it take to do this? 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That motor do that real fast, but that motor goes and let's lift up that thing. Alright, 5 seconds. So 5 into that. Very good, folks. Seen lots of correct answers in the chat there. We're cooking with Ramco gas. Alright, so calculate the current drawn from the DC supply. So calculate the current drawn from the DC supply. So we need to find something linking current to all the stuff we have. Very good, Salem. So the equation that comes to mind, and let me see if I can find all the big boys I tell you to learn. Going all the way back into yesterday work. Woo, sir. Woo. The big boys. Remember I tell you, these are the big boys. These are the big boys to learn. P equal IV, Q equal IT, V equal IR, and E equal VQ. And obviously learn power is energy over time. These are the big boys to learn. Memorize them, have them in all your back pockets. Not with a paper in your back pocket in the exam. It's just a figure of speech. Don't go and cheat and turn yourself into a type boss or paper boss or some kind of thing. So you're using that formula now. P is equal to IV. So if you notice, it's always in physics one formula. Physics, one formula. Figure out something, then put it into the next formula. That is the story of your life in physics. So P equal IV. So you can say I is equal to P over V. So the current here is going to be equal to the power, which we just found, over the voltage, which I think is 24 volts. And what do they get? 62.5 amps. That's a good bit of amps there. Y is in the chat. So formulas is the key to set the people free. If the power required to lift the appliance was greater, what effect would this have on the value of the current? Assuming the voltage rating remains constant. What kind of waste man question is that? Anyway, collect your free one mark and go your way, yes. So if you need more power, what's going to happen to I, assuming that the voltage remains the same? Value of the current will increase, right? That's like whoa. That's like asking you to write your name there, boy. So if you need more power, the power required to lift the appliance is greater, what effect would this have on the value of the current? Right, so more power means value of current. We need more. Alright. That was a nice question. They didn't really ask me nothing big. So you see what they're asking yeah, about here basically is just to explain how the motor works. That's where the big max is. And you want to talk about everything, commutator, brushes, switch. If they draw a rheostat, explain what the purpose of the rheostat is for. Like say increase the speed of the motor by decreasing or increasing the resistance. When you're describing this, make sure you talk about in terms of the section A, B will be pushed down, section C, D will be pushed up, the coupling of forces will result in a, and you want to see the direction, anti-clockwise movement. Right? Torque, you could use the word torque if you want. Definitely we'll use the word couple of forces. Once you hit them all with them keywords, you're good to go. Alright, let's grab something else. Let's grab another question. This was fun. Second page of the AC question. Okay, Jalil, got you, I got you. So open this in a new thing. I know how to do this now. Wait, now you could search Google for the image now. What? Google doing all of that now, wait? Oh my gosh! Wait till you see this question, eh, wait? Wait till you see what they're asking in this question. Just wait. Wait for it. Zap, 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 zap. These questions making you feel like you're just going to get total in this section now, eh? your battery dead, charge it. Love from India, much love India. So what they asked us to label the components here, boys and girls. I really see like more boys doing physics than anything. With physics, it's there more boys in the chat. A, label A, label B, label C, label X. Give them it. Set the people them free. This is a AC. We just talked about AC there. Next up we'll be talking about what about it? Transformers for the people. B is the magnet, right? Soft core, amateur. I would specify the. I would see what. I don't know whether it's south pole or north pole. Pole of the magnet. Is not your ammeter. Nobody have A yet. A is the coil, right? C is the commutator. No, C is your slip rings. So in Justice, what you doing? My way doing. Use the word slip rings here. Is a generator we on now. X and Y are the brushes. Coil, magnet, slip rings. Yeah. I get that wrong. Hard luck. So okay, cool. We cool with that, right? So let's get the next part of this question. This next part is for 2 marks. Although I would just elaborate so much on this next part here. Explain why voltage is obtained across terminals X and Y. Why is there voltage? So they're basically asking you to explain the workings of brushes. These are the brushes. These brushes are fixed. All the brushes are fixed and you have to replace them after a while, like in the motor. Motor and generator will have those fixed brushes. Or one of a commutator and one of a slip ring. So I would explain nearly the whole workings of a AC generator for this part of the question. When you want to make sure and use it with induction. Inducing the current is induced EMF. So some key points: induce EMF, cutting. You can use it with magnetic flux instead of field. That a little better. Cutting the magnetic flux. So these are some key things you want to talk about. Now you would need to talk about the slip rings, and you would need to really mention AC per se, because they just want you to talk about the voltage, right? Somebody calling names. Changing magnetic flux. Yeah. Make sure you mention where the flux is changing in the coil. So everybody good on that? Why is in the chat? There's a next part to this question. Apparently maybe there's something a little harder, because that was kicks and cheese, man. Alright. This part of the question is a scene. So let me get a scene down. So this part of the question could earn some more respect. Respect my authority. Alright, so I'm pulling up the question here. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm taking my time to do. So you're gonna do IT. That's the plan. I still need to learn more programming better. And that's, of course, I'm running low on energy. All that time now to do is laugh at pictures people sending me on Instagram. But yeah, so hopefully I'll get some integrated science and IT done today as well. The terminals of X and Y are connected to 5 ohm resistor. The peak output voltage across XY is 12. Calculate the peak value of the output current. Alright, so go ahead and calculate that. Cringe. Logic gates for it, man. We already do logic gates already. Logic gates was in the last Richard Logic Gates was in the last live that I did. It was in the last live that I did. So some people getting answers. Some people getting 2.1, some people getting, one person getting 19.62. So peak value, meaning that value there, right? Calculate the peak value of the output current. What trouble is this? Okay, this is a V equal IR question. So I is equal V on R. Because the one current, but they give us the voltage and the resistance. Let me see if I'm missing anything here. Or if this is really as easy as it looks like that. Peak value of the output current, the peak output voltage across X and Y. That's this same question they're talking about. Here. This is that. 2 or 5 always. Yeah, so easy. For 3 marks, it's very suspicious. I am all feeling kind of frightened. You all don't need to know anything about root mean square or anything. I don't think so. So yeah, so okay. Yeah, fellas, we could just take the marks now, eh? So 12, once suspense are looking, 12 over 5 equal 2.4 amps. 3 marks. Who am I to question? I thought that was hard, but it was easy. The component label A in figure 2 makes 10 revolutions in 1 second. The coil makes 10 revolutions in 1 second. So one complete revolution of that coil represents one complete wave, because it will go this way, hit that part, and then come back this way, hit that part. 4 90-degree sections, right? In how much seconds? In 1 second. And there's a little grid here. So I just want to get this grid to do the diagram. And next 3 markers here. 3 markers. Hello? I thought it was me alone home by hearing people moving and walking and things. I wonder if it's a ghost. Baba, you're passing through. Link some food for me. I'm hungry. I'm hungry still. Right. Alright, so that's the question here. On the grid, now you all won't be able to draw this. 0.1 seconds for each revolution, okay? 10 revolution in 1 second, right. So the period, 10 revolutions in 1 second. 10 of this in 1 second. So people don't want working out things here. In 1 second, it means that the time period is equal to 0.1. And that's it. On the grid, sketch a graph to indicate the scale using each axis. Variation of output current with time during the first 2 revolutions. First 2 revolutions. Right. we could start the revolution in this point or in the next point. So you can have something resembling a cos wave or something resembling a sine wave, whatever floats your boat. I need to plug in my iPad battery going and my laptop battery going and die. That would be peace. So let me show you something, something to keep in mind. How long is live lasting for? We just have transformers to do again and the live will cut. Pick like about here, so. Pick like about here, so. Here, so. Here, so. There, so. I will use a sine wave, but if you use a cos wave, like if you start here and you go like this and then you do it again, that's okay as well. The cos kind of scene, because that just means your revolution started at a different point. They didn't say where to start the revolution, so you're good to go there, right? But I'll use a sine wave since that's the common one. Now I'll need a little scale here, so I'll just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Already see what's going to happen here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is 0.1 second, and it's done. Gazing up myself. Midway in between will be 0.05. I get some Y's in the chat to fully understand this, and I can keep moving quickly. This is 0.15. 1, 2, 3, and this is 0.2. Alright, so we just draw this diagram now. Oh, I should also indicate the peak voltage. What's the peak voltage again? Oh, they say draw a diagram showing what current, output current. So you have to put 2.4 instead of 12. So put in 2.4, and down here I'll put negative 2.4. This is current, amps. This is time, seconds. The hardest thing here will be to just pull out your scale. That will take in time. So this question is just time consuming. Other than that, it's normal. You send a next transformation question on my Instagram. Why didn't you email me? Email me. Instagram is kill the quality of the pictures. Bad. Cohen Springer TT at Gmail. Email me. Right? So email it over, right? The live start at 1 hour and a half now. Okay, so let's go. So this could be this will be a full revolution. So this could be my up top here. This will be my back down again here. Maybe I should draw that in another color that I'm not planning to use for the diagram itself. Maybe I should go green. BAP. You all understand the planning that's taking place here. The intense planning. So that's one cycle there. And then I get them my next cycle when I'm ready too. Because there's 2 cycles there, so. Good for first attempt. Let's see if I can get it good this time. Alright boys, one more time. This is gonna be the perfect run. Alright, one more time. This is gonna be the perfect run. That's it there guys. So that's your graph there. You need to put in the scale. So how you work out the scale, I don't know what one of these was. Maybe one of these was a centimeter, so you just use that. 1 centimeter is equal to 0.01 second, and on this side 1 centimeter here on the y-axis would be equal to 2.4 divided by 3, whatever. 24 divided by 3, 8, so 0.8 seconds. Right? So we good? Why is in the chat? If we can move on. The other one was better. Don't do me that now. Don't do me that. This man really come to downgrade my thing, man. What was the significance of the 10 in the question? 10? The significance of the 10 in the question was to get how to get this number here. 0.1. How long one cycle will take. One cycle. So 10 revolutions in 1 second. How long one revolution will take? One revolution will take one revolution or one time period t is going to take 1/10 seconds, 1/10 of a second. So that is the significance of the 10 in the question. So we good there? And obviously you need to know the shapes. The shape at the peak. Remember, the shape at the peak is when it's flat like this. Flat like this. Shape at this neutral position is when it go up the first time, like this. Then you get turn back in the next direction. It flat again, but this time in the other way. Like if this side was AB, AB is up here now, then AB comes here now, then it goes back 90 degrees vertical again. Did I skip something? Yeah, 90 degrees vertical again here. I don't think I need to elaborate on this again. But this one, in this one, the AB will be on the underneath this time. So it's spinning, So you didn't reply to me on Instagram. RL messages on Instagram. Every like half a day I reply to all, nearly all. Try to clean off all. Right? There's none of them who's hold back on messages and just watch messages pile up. So I try to respond within half a day. If I don't respond, it's because it's just too much. So what are they doing? What do you mean what we doing? We doing AC generator. Now we done with this. Are you ready for the next question? We can move on to transformers now. Also note that draw this yourself, do the question over yourself please, and make sure you have it. Do the question over yourself and make sure you know, like these numbers and things, I might take it for granted that people know to put negative here, and what this number is, that was the peak, that was the peak current we got. Yeah, so make sure you do the question yourself. This is where to send me questions. So we're going into some transformers. What you need to know about transformers? First thing you need to know is you'll have the power going in and you have the power going out. But both of them must be equal. So IV in must be equal to IV out. Power is conserved. So what really changes in a transformer? Give me a definition of a transformer. The man says skills. A man says skills to study. If you're saying skills, you're not real stressed. A vehicle that transforms into a robot. A device used to step up or step down current. I would say voltage, right? Step up or step down. The voltage is the key here. I mean, the current will experience some stepping up or stepping down in the inverse. But the one we is really be attacking is the voltage. Because we know that high voltage coming in the house. So we drop them voltage before we come into the house now. So that's why we have a little transformer. A device used to control the voltage. A little too big. A device that can regulate the voltage. The step up and step down voltage. I would take that. Device used to step up or step down voltage. If it's a 1 mark question here, right? Alright, so transformers are usually not that efficient, but yes, I assume 100% efficiency when you're doing it. But what are some ways to increase the efficiency? Before we go into transformer questions, how you increase the efficiency in a transformer? How do we increase the efficiency? Excuse me. Why? What's your definition of it? A device used to step up or step down voltages. A device used to step up or step down voltages. The chances electromagnetic device which alters the voltage of an electrical system. Right, like she used some nice words there. So instead of device, an electromagnetic device used to alter the voltage, either step up or step down in an electrical system. That's a better definition. A device used to step up an electromagnetic device. Nice one. Give me that definition there. Used to step up or step down the voltage or alter the voltage in an electrical system. So to increase the efficiency, you want to laminate. What does laminating do? What does laminating do? And yeah, you use a software and call increasing coils and thing will just increase your ratio, your turns ratio and thing. Right, so stop the eddy current. So that is what they might ask you about the laminating. Laminating stops them while stop the current. Like sometimes if you have a river current going down, sometimes it has some little eddy currents going in the wrong direction at the edge of the river, spinning. So you don't want them spinning cyclic currents in your transformer. That will just make energy be lost as heat, right? Mr. Hub, careful, I give you I pay in detention, Mr. Hub. I don't want to pay in detention, Mr. Hub. Right? So we ready? Our next thing they could ask you. Our next thing you could ask you is why is electricity transported at high voltages and low current? The reason I'm asking you all these little sneaky little pieces of it is because I'm sensing our transformers in real life. I'm sensing our transformers. That would be real cool if transformers come. Why is electricity transported at high voltages and low current? Well, it's more at low current is the one you want to touch. So that the current is small to reduce energy loss as heat. Very good. And when you're saying that, put this equation. You want to say specifically reduce energy loss as heat. H equal I squared RT. Notice what's going on with that I there. The more current you have, your heat energy is going to be, the heat energy produced is going to get squared. So that is going to, if you transport currents at high current, transport electricity at high current, you would lose a lot of energy in heat. So to minimize power loss due to the equation I squared, right? Beautiful. Is it true that if a topic comes in January of the year, it won't come back? No. They try to be clever. They don't always do any patterns like that. Yeah, so using this equation, or some people in the chat writing this equation, P is equal to I squared R, that's the same thing. That's the same thing. You could use any one of these equations. You could say to reduce power loss or to reduce energy loss in the form of heat. Right? Same difference. Important. I hope somebody take this in the soul, especially if you're doing physics in upper 6. Alright, so let me start to go into turns ratio and things. So this is the big boy equation here, and this is probably the last equation we'll need to know, and we'll be done with this whole magnetism shenanigans. Obviously you need to know efficiency, how to work out efficiency. Can someone explain this equation for me, please? What does this equation mean? Earlier we come into a close by this live session going and finish in less than 20 minutes, hopefully. So this was a 2-hour session. I should be back, and I'll try to decrease the shine on my forehead. I'll be back to touch some IT maybe, or to touch some more physics or integrated science. I should be back around 7, the usual time for the night session. So which one is the turns ratio? This one is your turns ratio. Remember, so this is the number of turns in the secondary over number of turns in the primary. Remember, people, the key thing we want is for the voltage to step up or step down. So that's how I remember that the voltage, very good Joshua Sanka, the primary, just here it. I put S here and P on the underneath. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter once everything lines up in this way. Just remember that the current is inverse to the turns ratio. Current is inverse. The voltage is the thing that goes directly proportional. Alright? Voltage across secondary over voltage in primary is equal to the number of turns divided in the secondary over the number of turns in the primary. So let's do a question, and we should know that there's a turns ratio, like it's good. So this one here, this here will have like 2 turns here over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like 5 turns, but I'll put 6 just to be sure. Let's pretend there was 6. So secondary over primary, you have 6 over 2. That's your ratio there of turns, right? Any questions before we jump into the question? Oh, what type of transformer this one would be? That I have here scribbled out. What type of transformer this one will be? I'm going to pull up the question now that this person had. So some people saying step up and 1 or 2 saying step down. That's a step up transformer. Step up. You can think of it as you're going from little to much. So yeah, this is your V. Just now, let me make sure. V primary, Vs. Yeah. So the Vs will have to be higher than the V primary. It won't be 6 or 2, but it will be proportional. So this is a step up. Right? So we good there. One more thing. This question, there was this, they asked this question. If, what was the question they asked? The speed of rotation of component A is tripled. So if you speed up the rate in which this was spinning, you make it go 3 times as fast, what would be the effect on the period? The effect on the period will mean that the period will get 1/3. Right? So in the period will get 1/3 of 0.1. The periods will get smaller. You'll get a faster period. And also They ask what would be the effect on the amplitude. No effect. Current will still be the same, but the period will drop by a turn. Period will get smaller. Frequency will go higher. If they ask about frequency, the frequency gets higher. So the speed of how the coil rotates determines the frequency. If you make it faster, this frequency gets more. But if you nothing happens to the current though. By speeding it up, nothing happens to the current. Right, so let's come back to this. Let's come back to our question here now. Trying to pull out a, and we'll be done when we do the transformer question. Transformer question straight from CSEC, this man see. A nice little easy question. And all 110 of you who are here would be totally prepared, and the how many ever thousand people who watch it after should be totally prepared for all of electricity. And I've already done 3 past papers in physics, so we're gonna be a good day. We're gonna be in a good position. Hardest thing again would maybe waves, because I see people really talking about waves. Cohen, ban me. I just want to ban people. I'm not that kind of person. I didn't realize that yet. But if please don't take my kindness for weakness. I want you to stay and enjoy the life, man. Yeah, gas laws. So we have one more day to touch those topics. Figure 4 shows the ideal transformer being used to step down 220 volts AC supply. Remember, this works AC, right? In order to operate a low voltage lamp. Remember, a transformer deals with the voltage. That is what we're really trying to step down here. A byproduct is that when we step down the voltage, the current will come back up to match. Explain the principles and how it is able to step down the input voltage. So everything we just talked about, you need to be able to put it in words and collect full 5 marks. You have to explain how a transformer works. I didn't really explain that. So the transformer uses the change in flux produced by alternative current to induce a current in the next coils. But the turns ratio, meaning the number of coils in the secondary over the number of coils in the primary, determines the ratio of voltage and current induced. Right? You don't want to say current is conserved, you want to say power is conserved. The power on both sides of the transformer is equal. Cohen, come down by me, I have plenty mango. Okay then. That's a little suspicious, man. That's a little suspicious. Current is conserved. Power is conserved is what you want to use when you're defining. Transformer operates on electromagnetic induction. AC current through the primary coil produces an alternating magnetic field which induces an EMF in the second coil to step down the input voltage or step up the input voltage. In this case, it's a step down. I should ask you what type was a step down, right? Because you have your primary here having more coils than your secondary. Look like you had actually count the coils here. Oh no, look, they say the turns here, right? They say the turns. So it's not, you don't need to use these actual turns. So you have the turns. Turns are normally in a good bit. Yeah. So you need to know Faraday's law and Lenz law. That's 2 things we left out coincidentally. So just go type it out in the chat. What is Faraday's law and what is Lenz law? Direction of the induced current opposes the motion that causes it. Write out the clean definition for Faraday's law, Lenz law in the comment section. Yes, glitch. But current is transmitted. Electricity is transmitted, or when you use transmitted, I say transported at a low current to prevent energy loss in the form of heat. That's one thing. That is how electricity is transported. And the core is laminated to prevent eddy currents, which will create heat, right? Faraday's law states that the conductor experiencing an alternating magnetic field will have an induced EMF across its ends. Okay. Blame T and tech is occurring on. The magnitude at which depends on the rate of change of, right, so I was waiting for that part. The magnitude of which depends on the rate of change of the magnetic flux, right? Magnitude of the induced current, the induced EMF depends on the rate of change of magnetic flux, Faraday's law. What about Lenz law, people? Explain the principles. So you're explaining the principles of this. You want to mention induced EMF, number of turns, powers, the same on both sides, but the voltage will step down. So you want to mention all of these things. If I was you, I'd write it out. You know, I'm not doing much writing when I explain it. I just explain it using talking. All these men beating me to punch with the typing thing. Lenz law states that the direction of the induced EMF is so as to oppose the change in the magnetic flux causing it. Right, so you all get the two laws there. Faraday's law, Lenz law. Memorize that. Learn all of what we did so far in electricity and magnetism. And that part of physics, lock down, seal, sign and deliver. Watch my videos that I did 3 full past papers in, and you'll get a nice run through the whole of physics. Then go and study. I'll come back and talk about, forget what people say to talk about, the gas laws, wave optics, half-lives. People always want me to talk about half-lives, but I think I did a video separately on half-lives. So you could search Cohen Springer half-lives. If I didn't do a video separately on half-lives, I explained the whole concept of half-lives when I was doing the past paper. So I have a lot of content for physics people here to be dug in, so I could probably try and learn some IT programming. Lord have mercy, that was disgusting getting into that again, opening back that programming thing. My IT project, I did computer studies for, which is GC, and that was about, it was like a book. The project was like a book. Alright, so explain the principles involved in working on the transformer. So let's get the next part of this question and just close off this live so I won't stay here forever. Live must have about 8 more minutes again and we'll be done. Nice little quick live on the toughest parts in electricity and magnetism. A lamp is connected to the secondary coil of the transformer by the long leads which have a resistance. Bam, we have a resistance straight up. The power input is 44, bam. So what's the voltage across? Okay, in this question they're walking you through. That's been nice when they're giving you step by step. So first you're going to find the voltage of the secondary coil. Then you're going to find the current in the secondary coil. Then you're going to find the electrical power dissipated into the lamp. Sweet. It don't get sweeter than that. It operates at 100% efficiency. So we have this. We have the turns ratio. I'm feeling so tired to do this question now, boy. Woo! And my nose stuffing up. Explain the principles. Bop, bop, bop. Voltage is 11. Somebody done getting out answers. National security. You will get sent to detention, eh? I'm going for barbecue. Don't start the IT live without me, please. I'm starting the IT live at around 7 or 8. And that is if I manage to learn programming. If I can't do it, I can't do it. I'll go back and revise the whole stuff, if then else and all them loops and all kind of thing. The voltage across the secondary coil of the transformer, the current in the secondary coil of the transformer. Alright, so the voltage in the secondary coil, we're using our little turns ratio, NS over NP is equal to Vs over Vp. So 1 part 1, B part 1, and S over NP is equal to Vs over Vp. Remember the V's and the S's would line up, right? It's flip with the current. So I think it was 80 over 1600 is equal to Vs over primary was what? 20 220. What value will I get? So Vs is going to be equal to, everybody get 4.19. Woi, 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 woi. Woi, 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 woi. Excuse me. So again, he left, and I don't know about that. Yeah? Come on, Cohen, you can live. Live, nose, live. Part 2 is current. So we're trying to find the current in the secondary coil. What are we going to use for that, man? There's a resistance. So we have the resistance, we have the voltage. The lamp is connected to the secondary coil of the transformer by long leads which have a resistance 2.5. Hello? Something suspicious is happening here. Okay. Right, so good. So this was the equation we use here. Equation you're going to use here, V equal IR. I is equal to V over R. I would be, this is in the secondary, yeah? Would be equal to 11 over 2.5. What are we getting there? 4.4 amps. I find I not seen any answers. Where my answer crew? Let me see some Y's in the chat. If we good here. Technical drawing pass already. The exam didn't pass already. Next year I'll plan for technical drawing better. Right, so we're getting some Y's in the chat. We only have 108 viewers, so the Y's in coming down like brrr. As I said, this day live to be seen. So now how are we going to find the electrical power dissipated in the lamp? The power input to the primary coil is 44 watts. There was a little mistake here though. I use excuse me 220 volts. This question a little suspicious. I need to double check. I use 220 volts, but it's saying that the power input to the primary coil is 44 watts. A little different. So I could have probably whipped out the voltage from this. And then we call the current in the secondary coil of the transformer using that instead of using V equal IR. Anyhow, electrical energy. Well, we have P is equal to IV. Do we have anything with time or anything involved here? Power input string. So we just multiply the two. 4.4 by 11, 44 watts. Now there's a little problem here. Power input is 44 watts. Right. Okay. Well, I feel like I good. the power has to be the same. While again 48.4, and some people again 40. Again 4.4 times 11, which is 44. But it didn't say it lose any energy in between. That's not 4.4 times. Shucks, 48.4. My bad. Alright, math shut down there. Oh, my bad. 40.4, sorry, my bad. But this looking, alright, well I still have a little suspicion with this question that I need to double check. Because I don't know whether we're using this or this. Power input in the primary. If you have the power input in the primary, you can find the current using a different method, right? The current in the secondary. Voltage 11 R I. So somebody saying the thing the second part is for. It's Carice says the second part is for. Why is she saying that? I might have 5. Alright, I kinda done here. I need to check over this question. If I made a mistake in it, I'll mention it in the live and I'll start at 7. Will not believe your eyes and 10 years. Ting. Josh. Let me see some wise in chat though if you understand. Also use one significant figure for the current. Oh, okay. Why the hell will I do that? Wouldn't want to do that. Cool. So mostly wise. Copy strike. What do you know about copy strike? Jalila. Yeah, Jalila might have to do that. Hubs. You're getting sent to detention by. I can see in the later live. But Hubs, they get detention by overdoing it. Yes, you know what's that thing in the background there that the moderators banning. So Hub get a little time out there. So where were you yesterday? My wife was sick, son was sick. Alright, so that's that. Now let me just double check this question one more time. We use this voltage, we step it down, we get the voltage there, we assume 100% efficiency. Power input to the primary coil is 44. Why the hell did they tell us this? Anyhow, high voltages are used to transmit over long distances. State an advantage of this, energy not lost as heat. So I think we good there. I cool with that. Yeah. If we had used the 44 divided by the 11, so 11, we'd get the 4 amps. We'd get 4 amps here. 44 divided by 11. So that's to be checked. If we had used that 44 here, which I think it may be here, folks. So for anybody who watching this afterwards, this question was a little ambiguous for me. And I'm not too sure I'm using this, but I'm using this. You understand? To find that power in the power would be 44 there, assuming the power is the same. So 44 divided by 11, and this would mean that this power here is 44 as well. So there's some ambiguity here. We will call that George and this. Maybe I might do a next transformer question in the next physics live I have, which might be tomorrow or later this evening. If I get my IT game in a gear, I will do IT. if I get my IT game in again, I'll do IT later tonight at around 7 or yes, I will be doing paper ones for sure for chemistry, physics, biology, geography, maybe 2. Yeah, geography, chemistry, physics, biology, and art maths. I'll do at least one paper one for each of them, and that would be it for the end of the season. So there's like about 5 more videos to go, and that'll be it for exam videos. But who knows? We might have something featuring Tag Boss. Just for fun, just for kicks. Call that George, but look right here. George, be yourself. Alright people, we can call that Zion. We already.